These are the Nothing Headphone 1, and they might be the coolest over-ear headphones we've seen in years. Transparent design, killer specs, and half the price of the AirPods Max.
You said you were going to catch them.
But here's the million-dollar question. Even with all that, are these really worth the price? Are they worth the $299, euros, pounds? Yes, we get shafted again in the UK. $249 if you're going to $299 everyone else. Or is it just hype wrapped up in clear plastic? And more importantly, who are these really for? Hopefully by the end of the video, you'll know exactly whether to save your cash or make these your next audio upgrade. Drop a like if you find this video helpful and subscribe for more great tech. So let's start with the most obvious thing, the look. The Nothing Headphone 1 is pure eye candy. It's got transparent ear cups, visible acoustic chambers, sculpted aluminium, memory foam cushions, and this whole stripped back industrial meets minimalistic aesthetic. Honestly, it makes the AirPods Max look like a tech dad's choice. Hang on. I am a tech dad. Ignore that. But the design isn't just pretty, there's actual purpose behind it. Every element has function, from the visible chambers to the ultra soft PU cushions that resist makeup and oils for all you sweaty Betties out there, all the way through to the headband that adjusts with silent telescopic arms. Listen to this, hang on. Very satisfying, but what about a ooh? But I do have some potential early cons. They feel super premium, don't get me wrong. Really, really nice, especially this matte finish on here. However, we've got a glossy finish on here, which I think potentially may be prone to scratches. I wish that was matte as well. I think that would be a slight improvement. I'm not sure whether you agree with me on that. And also in terms of scratches, you may, and this is something that I foresee happening on these if you do buy them, is when you let go of them, they automatically connect. Okay, not a problem in terms of braking, but I think that section there, you may start to get scratches, etc. here. Time will tell, the jury's out. However, Nothing have conducted over 50 different stress tests, including twists, drops, sweat, and extreme temperatures. So these aren't just fashion first trash, they are certainly fashion and function. Now this is a really cool feature. Touch gestures, not here. Thanks very much, Carl Pay and the team, because sometimes physical buttons just work that little bit better. Instead, you get 3 tactile controls. You get the roller, where rolling adjusts volume, clicking it to play and pause, and long press for ANC and transparency modes. The paddle, push right to skip forward, left to go back, and hold to scrub through at speed. And the button, which can be customized to launch smart assistants on iOS and Android, or things like the channel hop feature, which will be rolling out on Nothing phones, which can cycle through recent audio apps or favorites. Everything's customizable in the Nothing X app, and unlike a lot of other headphones, and just tech in general, because we're not talking haptics and touch control, these are actually reliable, so you get no ghost taps or swipes, no guessing, just click, roll, done. But here's the crux. Let's get into what really matters. Sound. Nothing teamed up with Kef, a legendary British audio company with 60 years plus of high-fidelity pedigree, and it really shows. From a swatty tech nerd level, you're getting custom 40mm drivers with a nickel-plated diaphragm, adaptive bass enhancement, a frequency range of 20Hz to 40 kHz, resulting in clear highs, deep lows, and mids that punch through. But on a normal, human, non-geeky level, these sound really good. Oh baby, yeah, what, can I get a remix, can I get a lollipop, come on. That's not a song, and I'm not listening to any music. You also have spatial audio here too, with a built-in spatializer which transforms stereo into a 3D stage. And that dynamic head tracking really helps to keep the soundstage locked, even when you move. I'm not the biggest audiophile on the planet, but it definitely feels like it has that edge beyond flat stereo. Perfect for live lounge sessions, or even movies on Netflix, gaming, and the like. Compared to the AirPods Max? Well, the ANC perhaps isn't quite as good. Not a lot of headphones are, and for certain pieces of music like orchestral pieces, the Apple headphones may have that slight edge. But for everyday use, for the every person, these go toe-to-toe with Apple's best and at a fraction of the cost. Now, speaking of ANC, that doesn't mean that these are bad. Nothing's hybrid active noise cancellation scans your surroundings every 600 milliseconds and can adapt in real time, even adjusting for ear cup leakage every 1,875 milliseconds. And your transparency mode gives you your situational awareness, and again, it works really well. It's very close, actually. But what about battery life? Well, these are an absolute unit. 35 hours with ANC on, which is really solid, very respectable. ANC off, 80 hours. Are you kidding me? That's about 4 times what the AirPods Max offer. And get this, in just 5 minutes of charge, you will get nearly 2.5 hours of playback. A solid hour, again, more than the Apple counterpart. You also get a 3.5mm jack if you want to plug them in on a flight, for example, or when your battery is low and you have a device that still uses headphone jacks. Yeah. Calls are crisp with 4 beamforming mics, and you have AI clear voice trained on 28 million real-world scenarios. I have no idea how they test this, but that's a lot of combos. So whether you're rushing for a train at a London station or boarding a flight in LAX or dodging traffic in Delhi, your voice still should come through nice and clean. And while I haven't done those things, I've had a phone call with someone in a different space, and they said, and I felt, it was a really solid sound experience. And yes, dual connection. So if you wanted to connect your phone and your laptop, MacBook, Windows, Android, iPhone, you can do that. The Nothing X app gives you full 8-band EQ, custom sound profiles, button remaps, plus cool stuff like voice notes on the fly with the new Nothing Phone 3. AI Assistant launch and essential space sorting for quick memory capture. More on that in a future video. Comfort is also a very important part of a new pair of headphones. You don't want them to pinch your head like wood in a splint, a vice, and you don't want to feel that they're slicing through the top of your head due to the weight either. And I can report, while I haven't worn these for a huge extended amount of time, I think I've worn them the max around 2 hours. The PU leather cushions can be easily wiped clean, but the memory foam molds nicely to your ears, and they feel really nice and snug. They pinch enough to not feel like it's going to fall off, but they're light enough to also not give you any major problems. I potentially feel probably after 2-3 hours you may need to have a little reset, but I can't think of many headphones that I don't need to do that with. And again, compared to the AirPods Max steel frame and heavier build, it's a bit of a no-brainer in terms of comfort for me anyway. There's a really nice balanced clamping force. They're snug, but not painful, and they only weigh 329 grams. 100% renewable energy in final assembly, plastic-free packaging, and they are Amazon Climate Pledge certified. So it's nice to see them doing their bit too for the future. So who should buy the Nothing Headphone 1? Well, firstly, who shouldn't buy them? Well, maybe those of you who need the best possible, most accurate sound for work, or for those of you that maybe want more of an elegant, classy, minimalistic, downstated sort of vibe. You don't want to stand out too much, then these might be a little bit garish for you, although the black ones definitely look more understated than these ones. Oh, and those that are stuffed inside a certain fruit company's walled garden, they might not be best for you either. However, these are iOS compatible, and for everyone else, this to me seems a far greater deal at $299, and you're getting a statement piece with flagship audio and smarter than most features. So are the Nothing Headphone 1 worth it? Well, I'd say for fashion-forward people who love great audio, these aren't just worth it. These are probably the best sounding statement headphones you can wear in 2025 for that sort of money. And I've got a feeling we're going to see a wave of transparent headphones coming out shortly in the near future after this. Hit like if you're feeling these see-through vibes, drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more honest tech breakdowns. My name's Adam, you've been the best as always. I'll love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Say SBYT, peace out.